In my own adoption journey, there have always been unanswered questions. I came from an orphanage in Russia over 30 years ago, and growing up in New Zealand, I was raised by two incredible people, my parents. They have really made me who I am today. Over time, I found my birth parents. I reconnected with where I came from. But then I discovered something I hadn't expected, that my birth mother Tatiana had grown up in an orphanage and was never adopted out. It made me wonder what more was there to know. And after doing some research, I found out that her birth mother was named Raisa and was thought to be from Kazakhstan. That discovery opened an entirely new chapter, one that goes further back to a part of her story that was never passed down. This is why I'm here, to follow the path of a family separated long before I was born, to find the pieces of her story that were never told, and maybe in doing that, better understand my own. The search for my biological grandmother Raisa has brought us here to Kazakhstan. It's taken over 20 hours of flights to get from my home in New Zealand to here. We've just arrived in the city of Shymkent, which has the nearest airport to our destination in the far south. Raisa was from a small village even further on, close to the border. That's where we'll be heading next, in the hope of finding any trace of her or her family. We've based ourselves here to begin the journey. I'm here with my partner Justine, who's been behind the camera to help film this project, and honestly, I couldn't have done it without her. We are also meeting up with Vera, a close friend of mine who's flown in from Moscow. She supported me when I was reconnecting with my birth mother Tatiana, and she'll be helping interpret along the way. We'll also be joined by Alina, a local friend who speaks both Kazakh and Russian. She's helped us uncover some key information already, and she'll be travelling with us as an interpreter and guide as we search for answers. The real search begins tomorrow, but for now, these are the people who will be with me as I try to find the answers I've been looking for. So Vera is coming in about 10-15 minutes, and she just gave me the real address because the address that we originally had of where we were supposed to go today is an old Soviet street name, so that no longer exists, and we've just been given the brand new one. I just want to have a look to see if it is exact. So where we are right now is we are in Shymkent. So we are right here, and we're going all the way up here today and going to this spot here. It looks like a little home there. So this is our starting point today. We got the address. We're ready to go. I'm ready, and I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Seriously, whatever is thrown at me today. I know Vera's going to be very helpful. I know Alina's going to be very helpful. I know everyone's going to be very helpful with what happens on the ground today when we get to Tulkibas. Tulkibas is the village connected to my biological grandmother Raisa. It's a small rural area near Kazakhstan's southern border, and the only address we have for her leads here. Vera and Alina are coming to pick us up from the hotel, and we're heading south to see what we can find.
I slept a lot, finally.
Slept like a baby.
Finally, yes, like a baby, like that. It's good.
And we are on our way, hitting the road, leaving Shymkent.
Kids, say hello to everybody.
Hello, привет. As we left the centre of Shymkent, the high rises and apartment blocks slowly gave way to more open roads and scattered buildings. We were still on the edge of the city, but it really felt like we were finally on our way.
This is the last point of Shymkent.
So
from this point is like nothing, you know?
we just go straight to the rural side now.
Yeah. And now we have a proper address.
And now we're on our way. We've got about just under an hour.
Yes. Not so far, but I hope close to the mountains. It will be a really beautiful place, I think.
Insane.
I don't know.
I've come a long way. It's taken 6 months, and now I'm here, and I've got less than an hour to go and knock on a door and hopefully figure out that that's my grandmother.
Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous, yeah.
Look at this. No roads, hills, cows.
So the time is going pretty fast, and we are going to start hitting villages very soon, aren't we?
Yeah. Look at this. No roads. It's mean we're close to villages, you know.
We're about 40 minutes away, and we are really in the rural part of Kazakhstan. That's incredible. Incredible part of the country, and I've never seen it. When you're on the road and you're waiting to get somewhere, it feels like every minute is like an hour, you know. It's nerve-wracking because I am not sure what to expect.
We are now getting closer to Tulkibas. It's one thing to have an address on paper, it's another to arrive and see what's actually there.
Well, I'm here. I've made it to Tulkibas. Finally made it after all this time. We are now on the edge of the village, pretty much at the entrance of the village to head our way to that address. Emotions are high, but I'm ready.
With a population of nearly 11,000, Tulkibas is a quiet rural village in southern Kazakhstan, close to the Uzbekistan border. As we made our way through the streets, we started trying to match the address we had for Raisa to what we could see around us. But finding street names and numbers here isn't as simple as it sounds.
Yes, it's not so easy.
After searching through the many narrow streets of Tulkibas, we finally felt we were close to where we needed to be.
Look, the small one. I think here. Yeah, guys, it's here.
So we had trouble finding the road, but we found it now.
Yeah.
Down here, down this little village side.
We had finally reached the street tied to Raisa's name, but 2A was nowhere to be seen. It could be hidden behind another home or down one of the narrow lanes that branched off the road. Somewhere here was the place we'd been looking for, and now it was time to find it.
Добрый день.
Is this spell?
I don't know. Nobody. А он всегда был вторым домом? Я сейчас расскажу, почему. Всегда был дом номер 2? Всегда?
Нет, не всегда.
Потому что по карте второй дом показывает, что вот тот 2А, а как бы за ним номер 2.
So we went to this place, which is the registered address, and this woman, it's not the woman we are looking for. She's a Kazakh woman, she's got a family here, slightly younger of course, and before that, she said, before 2005, she's been here since 2005. Before that, there was another Kazakh family, so she was never here. So we're coming down here and there's a Russian family that live down here and we're knocking on their door now. I mean, I am prepared for this. It might be disappointment. We might not find anything. So we're just going to keep on trying, asking neighbors. But so far, nothing yet.
Just when it felt like we were running out of leads, one more knock took our search in an unexpected direction.
So we are on our way down the street because there are two names with this name, first name, of my biological grandmother, Raisa. Could be Raya, could be Raisa, but the last names have been changed or they're different. So we're going to go and have a look and hope that this is a match. So we've got a local that's helping us and we're getting somewhere, I don't want to get too excited just yet, but we are getting there. Where are we going right now?
We go to the oldest citizen of this village,
Oldest part of this village?
Yes, because maybe they remember something about Raya.
I hope so.
We'll see.
As we explored the village with a local Russian family, one of the women spoke with Vera about possible records linked to Raisa. She then led us to a house with a similar number, hoping the locals living there would have more answers.
So obviously a bit of a dead end, yeah?
All of us a little bit upset. Now we want to take a phone number of this woman because she lives here from her childhood and her mom know everybody and maybe later they can
Find something.
Yeah. Спасибо. Спасибо большое. Good luck. She said good luck.
We still haven't found anything, and that's the big disappointment so far. I'm not quite sure. how to take this in just yet. I know that there's something out there, but we're still working on it.
Still not late
I know.
for today. It can be some mistake in base. Some mistake. One base gave us this address where we know, and nobody know this Raisa. All
Yeah.
the citizens, locals, don't remember her. You know, like never ever.
We arrived at the local police station. Vera and Alina went inside to ask about Raisa while I waited.
We're still connecting pieces. We're still not there just yet. You know, we've had a dead end. I'm not sure if she lives here. I'm nervous. It's been a long time coming.
A short while later, Vera returned with some new information.
So Vera, you just tell me.
What do you think? This woman can be your grandma?
Is that her, do you think?
I think yes. I see. I see the same. I don't know. The same nose, the same eyes from her young photo. Your grandma was registered here in this village on this street when she was 51, and maybe nobody remember her. We don't know.
Well, at least we have a link, you know.
We have a new photo.
We have a new photo, yeah.
It's good.
When I saw the photo, I instantly knew it was her. I said, yep, that is definitely my grandmother. We're now trying to figure out exactly what happened. We have a great police officer who is helping us here on the ground, walking around, asking questions and trying to find links, trying to do everything we can.
We may have a new photo of Raisa, but questions still remained. The local police officer gave us a fresh lead, a different address for her, still in the same village. Yet something about the search felt off.
The policeman said the owner of this house didn't know that your grandma was registered in this time. Maybe she bought a registration.
We now know for certain that this was the right village, but after checking 2 addresses linked to Raisa, she was still nowhere to be found.
At this point, finding the photo, getting that piece of information and then asking locals, to me that's closing a chapter in a way. If we can at least understand that she did have something to do with this village, then I'm happy.
After leaving the village, we stopped at a small local cafe. Alina began digging deeper, using the details she had gathered throughout the day. Soon, she uncovered something that pointed us to an address, back in the country I was born in.
So she's moved back to
Russia. Yeah.
And so she could still be alive.
I hope yes. 2021 she was alive, like 2 years ago, you know?
That gives me a lot of hope.
Yes, for me too.
Yeah. So I know this story will only continue.
Yeah.
Every journey only continues.
Yeah.
And for this one, come a long way, 6 months of preparation, planning. I would have not got this information if I just stayed at home, still researching.
Yeah, of course, never ever.
So being here has absolutely helped me with the search. I know it's a long way to go and a long path, and there's a lot of work involved in it. But I'm very happy and I'm overwhelmed with this because it means a lot to me to get this far.
Yeah. Hi, Alex. Look at this house, 5-floor. I'm in a Lobnya city, and you know why I'm here. Okay, let's speak about results. I was calling to the door, and nobody opened it or just answered. I saw the girl on the 5th floor. She opened the window. Of course, I asked about your grandma, and she said she never heard about her. That's all. That's all results.
It's been over 2 years since we're in Kazakhstan, and it's been really hard to deal with the fact that there was no resolution. I thought I was ready for disappointment, but honestly, I really wasn't. For anyone searching for family, there's always going to be roadblocks, and this definitely was one of them. Seeing that photo of Raisa gave me such a rush of excitement, but behind that there was still so many unanswered questions.
That's why I held off finishing this project for so long. And the truth is, I may never know what really happened with Raisa.